Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, U.S. Immigration News. Schumer lays out immigration demands to avoid government shutdown. Democrats have been getting hammered with the same question for months. Where's your plan? Well, now they're putting it on paper. And it's really not some abstract, academic wish list, it's 3 very specific demands tied to Homeland Security funding, coming as the clock ticks toward a shutdown deadline and after federal agents shot and killed Alex Preddy in Minneapolis last weekend. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says his caucus is united around 3 main objectives, and when you listen to what they are, the bigger point is simple: immigration enforcement can exist, but it can't operate with no rules, no transparency, and no accountability. First, we need to end roving patrols, the New York Democrat said. We want to tighten the rules governing the use of warrants and require ICE coordination with state and local law enforcement. Second, we want to enforce accountability. There needs to be a uniform code of conduct and accountability. Federal agents should be held to the same use of force policies that apply to state and local law enforcement and be held accountable when they violate these rules. We need independent investigations to help enforce accountability. That's common sense. Because roving patrols without clear rules don't just create fear, they create mistakes. They create confrontations. And they create the kind of murky, confusing encounters where nobody knows who's in charge, what authority is being used, or what rights people actually have in that moment. And that's where the second point matters: a universal code of conduct and independent investigations. If local police departments can be required to follow use of force policies, federal agents shouldn't get a special carve-out. Accountability isn't anti-law enforcement, it's what makes law enforcement legitimate. Then there's the third demand, and honestly, this one shouldn't even be controversial. Third, we want masks off, body cameras on. Federal agents must be prohibited from wearing masks, they must be required to wear body cameras, and they also must always have to carry proper identification. Masks off. Body cameras on. Proper identification. That's not about politics, it's about basic transparency. Body cameras have been used across the country because they protect the public and they protect officers when accusations fly. And if someone is exercising government power stopping you, detaining you, entering your home, you should be able to see their face and know who they are. The public is clearly uneasy with how far things are going right now. A Reuters Ipsos poll found that some 58% of respondents said ICE agents have gone too far in their crackdown. That's not a fringe opinion, that's a majority. So when people say Democrats don't have a plan, here it is: guardrails, accountability, and transparency. Because enforcing immigration law should never mean abandoning the standards that make this country a democracy in the first place. Democrats lay out immigration enforcement demands to avert shutdown. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer on Wednesday laid out 3 major reforms to immigration enforcement operations under the Trump administration that he said would be necessary to earn Democrats' votes to pass a Homeland Security funding bill and avoid a government shutdown. Schumer declared that Democrats won't vote for Homeland Security funding unless Republicans agree to 3 demands. First, end roving patrols by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, officers and tighten rules governing the use of warrants by officers targeting migrants. Second, enforce accountability by establishing a universal code of conduct governing federal law enforcement officers' use of force. Third, prohibit federal officers from wearing masks and require them to wear body cameras and proper identification. Under President Trump, Secretary Noem, and Stephen Miller, ICE has been unleashed without guardrails. They violate constitutional rights all the time and deliberately refuse to coordinate with state and local law enforcement, Schumer said at a press conference, referring to Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and senior White House advisor Stephen Miller. This is not border security, this is not law and order, this is chaos created at the top and felt in so many of our neighborhoods, Schumer said. Schumer unveiled the Senate Democrats' list of demands for avoiding a partial government shutdown after holding a lengthy caucus meeting on Wednesday afternoon. After talking with my caucus, Senate Democrats are united on a set of common sense and necessary policy goals that we need to rein in ICE and the violence, the Democratic leader announced. Schumer has announced that Democrats will block a 6-bill government funding package that is scheduled to get a vote on the Senate floor Thursday unless Senate Majority Leader John Thune agrees. He says Democrats are ready to quickly pass the other 5 bills in the package that cover the Departments of Defense, Labor, Health and Human Services, Education, Transportation, State and a variety of agencies. He said Republicans should then work with Democrats to implement the reforms he outlined Wednesday afternoon through the Homeland Security funding bill that Congress could then pass at a later date. That is all for today, in this video. Please hit like and subscribe, and for an upcoming video. See you later. Till then, take care.